Hi, it's Etharal here, and today we are back once again with our Sith Empire Let's Play for Galaxy Divided. I have started that final war with the Bright Alliance, which will put us over the edge to get what we need for the 220 habited planets controlled, I believe it is. And yeah, 220, and that was a domination victory. We have had something happen in the interim, which has allowed us to bump up the next planet, which is an excellent thing. Basically, what's happened, one of our observation posts, the planet has destroyed itself in a civil war, which is great for us. So we just, sent over some Imperials, went and colonized it, and there you go. So that popped us up, so we only need 5 now, and we're in what I would class as the second phase of our war here, because the reason why I say the second phase is because we have taken out a lot of planets. We're already at, as you can see there, 49%. So we've got all of these planets here locked down. I believe we also may have, we've wiped out something there, and I think we may have some stuff over here that we're about to sort of finish locking down. And basically, the plan is going to be to sort of smash into Bespin, take that down, and, really just crush these guys would be about the long and short of it, really. So we should be able to do that without too much difficulty. I have built up a 5th fleet as well. It's not massively impressive, it's only 33,000, but still, 33,000 is enough for us to actually be able to do some stuff. And that's exactly what you want, so that's great. And how are you doing? You're getting over there very slowly. You need to up your bombardment, because that's taking far too long. Task Force, what are you doing? Right, you're not doing anything. So you are going to jump down to Hoth. Yeah. So you will jump down to Hoth and take them out. I think that's a good idea. Where are you going? You're going over to Sluice something or other. So we're going to get you, and we're going to pop you down to Bespin. I think that's a good idea. We're actually going to get you to go and target this fleet here. Do not like the look of them. Where are they jumping over to? They are jumping to Ogem. Yeah. So which one is it? Is it this fleet? You're not going to get there in time. That's perfectly fine. We'll be able to jump back to Ogem. So actually what we'll do is we will start them moving there already to cut them off. And we should, yep, there we go. They've already jumped. That's fine. Got about a week and a half. Oh wait, no, 2 weeks until we do get to them. That's not a problem there at all. How are you doing? You are, yep, you have blasted your way through all of those. How are you doing there? You're fine. That's nearly taken down. You are bombarding Utapau, so you know what we're gonna have? We're gonna have you in Javin now jump down to here, enter orbit. That's not great. Actually, no, we'll get you guys to go over here, enter orbit here, and we'll get you guys to run over to Langcord. So we'll leave that for the minute, and I think this should work. You are taking down all of them. That's not a problem. And it looks like we've got some people over here who are determined to try and attack us. I am doing a little bit of a different war goals as well at the minute. So for this one, we are actually going to be seeding these planets. So we are going to grab a load of planets here, and then I believe these 2 planets here. So we're going to get kind of this swath here is what I'm thinking. The plan for that basically is I want to get these planets locked down and ours. So that's probably the easiest way to do it. Okay, never mind. You've taken that down. So that's great. And you are going to see there's nothing there to worry about as of yet. So what about over here? You're going to go jump over to there. That's a 3,000 strength fleet, so it's nothing too major, but we want to make sure that we get those taken down. Are you going to, yep, you're going to, apparently, they're going to get away, but Hoth is still going to be taken down. You are ready to go, so yep, you will attack them and lock this planet down. So we're doing an awful lot of kind of at the minute just jumping around and getting stuff to where it needs to be in terms of getting everything under control and really just tightening our grip on their planets. I think we should be able to do quite a lot with this as well. So, yeah, we will likely be able to get this all done in one episode, which will actually mean we will claim the Domination victory, which is, absolutely brilliant. And what are you doing? You're kind of just stood not doing anything. So you are going to go over to Bespin, and you're going to take them out, unless there's something here. Right, what are they doing? They are attempting to, by the looks of things, take down our planets. But we've secured another planet. Brilliant. Right. So you're all set. So you guys, where are you going to jump to next? You're actually going to jump down to Utapau because I believe... Yep. So you're going to jump down to Utapau. You're going to jump over there. You're on Utapau. You're on Hoth. So what we're going to do is we're going to embark all of these. Right. You're moving over to that. So it's you are going to go to Hoth. You're going to enter orbit around Hoth. You're not going to go that way. You're going to take a nice long route, and then you're going to try and land your armies. The plan being, we're hoping to avoid having to take these down, because, well, if we can avoid it, we might as well. And you look like you're going to absolutely blast your way through there. That's great. You are not able to take that down just yet, but we are getting there. You are moving somewhere. Which planet's this? Oh, right, that's one of ours. Yep, that's fine there. That force there, nothing to worry about. Right. Now the question is, what about Dinab? Do you have anything here to be worried about? Some transport ships. So the answer to that would be no. What about here? Anything to worry about? Not really. And there, no, not as well. Right, so I don't know whether they have any fleets yet left. I'm assuming that they must do, but I could be wrong. You are going to go and you're going to land your armies there, because we can take that straight away, rather than having to do this big long trip, and then, have to do all that to get Hoth. I think better option will be to take this, and then once we've taken that, that'll get sort of about 80%. I mean, we need to lock down another couple of planets, but that's not impossible. You're going to attack there. Yep. So if you attack there, and then we get some guys to come over and attack these two planets, that should actually be everything that we need at the minute, unless something changes, which it can do. They could have a military force that they've sort of hidden away. Let's just close all this down, see how this is doing. 16 months, so less than a year and a half. You are going to jump down to Utapau. You are going to embark all of your forces here, and we're actually going to move these guys down to enter orbit over Utapau as well. Right. So you're moving, and you're moving there to lock that one down. So this is actually going to be us with a victory, I think. Well, I don't think. I know we'll be able to get a victory. It's just a case of, unless they do something completely out of the blue and suddenly have a massive force, or manage to get the Republic to join forces with us. If the Republic does join forces with them, then that would actually be a problem. Not likely to happen, because the Bright Alliance and the Galactic Republic don't actually trust each other. They have been in a few wars together. There is the Bright Alliance, the Sith Empire, and the Galactic Republic are, if you like, the three main forces in the galaxy. There is some other smaller ones, but those are the big three. Right, we're going to get you to smash through into there. And then we're going to get this one. Yeah. You're going to move over, enter orbit around. Well, actually, don't enter orbit. Land your armies on there. Just because we can, to be honest. And, even if all of this plan doesn't work out, which it will, then we can always do you claim Bespin colonies, and then Drew Donner, just take that. What's this? Invasion over, yep. Powerful, you have a powerful faction. Who is this said powerful faction? Who is this? The Bontagi? Bantagi Citadel Liberation. Right. So it's a question of finding them, these guys, and suppress them. Not too difficult. Chance to gain 10% is that. So yeah, so that one should start to go down. We are at -1, so that's not brilliant, but not the end of the world. You go over to there, actually, and bombard that. You, why you're not bombarding, I don't know, because that is now 100%. So, negotiate it, claim all of these planets, enforce demands, pause that, the best possible outcome. There we go. Domination victory. And let's see. Wow, that is actually a really big chunk. So, that is great. So, the Sith Empire has won the game by owning 40% of all habitable planets. And we could continue on. I'm not going to, though. I think I'm going to leave it there, to be honest. So, just while we're on this page, just have a little bit of a talk now, really, about the actual game itself. So, this game, I mean, is brilliant. I've played a lot of episodes between 3 series, actually 4 series now that I've done. I've got a good understanding, I think, of the system. It isn't anything massively new. I think the technology, that is quite new. The way that they do that with the decks and sort of slight element of random chance, but with how what you've got in the past and your beliefs and things like that, it can affect which ones do come up and increases the likelihood of it, which is a nice touch. In terms of everything else, I mean, the sectors is quite nice, particularly when you get the larger ones like this. It does take that micromanagement out of it, which maybe in a turn-based game, micromanagement on that level isn't so bad because you do have plenty of time to sit and work everything out, whereas in something along these sort of lines where you're going to struggle to micromanage in a real-time game. So I like that they've done there. That is definitely taken very much from Crusader Kings 2, where you've got your vassals. So they already had that system very much refined, and that was a really nice touch, I think, to add it into the game. In terms of the Galaxy Divider mod, this mod, absolutely brilliant. I really like what they've done with it. I like the technology that they've added in. I really, really like the ships. They've clearly put a lot of detail and work into those. And in terms of, from what I've heard, this mod does actually have a new update, which takes it through, and they seem to have bounced around eras again. It seems like all 3 now of the sort of the major updates and patches for this mod have taken it in a different era. So the first one was very much a Knights of the Old Republic sort of feel about it, and then this one is very much the Old Republic feel about it with Emperor Vitiate, and I do believe you can get sort of fallen empires, including the Eternal Throne Empire, and then the new one is back to the era that most people will identify with. So I can certainly understand why they've taken it in that direction. I personally would say that I prefer this era. I much, prefer the Old Republic. I've spent a lot of time in the MMO and in the Knights of the Old Republic games that I have talked about in the past. So, that is something that I can understand why they've done it, but I much prefer this one. I may come back to it with the new update, or maybe one in the future or something like that, and give it another try, see how this one does get on. In terms of other mods for this game, I am going to have a bit of a look out and see if there is anything else that is maybe worth playing. If you do have any suggestions, do pop them down in the comments below. I know somebody has popped down there actually only the other day about doing one possibly for Stargate. Stargate is another one that I absolutely love, so certainly going to be looking at that, and if I can set one up, then brilliant. Maybe if I can set something up in the Milky Way galaxy and using all of the different races and ships for Stargate, perfect. That's one that I will certainly check out. That one, from what I've seen, I may have to sort of mix and match and put a load of mods together and give that a try. Also, as well, in the next one, I will be finally getting to try out the newest expansion and update to the game, which adds in the mega structures. That is something that I'm really excited about. I wish I had them for this series, because that somebody somewhere has done a Death Star, and if they haven't, then that they're doing a disservice to Star Wars if using the Mega Structures expansion, they haven't built a Death Star, because that is the perfect opportunity to do that. So I'm going to leave it there. Pretty much, if you do have any suggestions, pop them down in the comments below, as I've mentioned. If you do want to see all future series, then do be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I've been Etharal for eGen, and well, all I can say is we have finally finished our first series of Let's Play.